It is a well-known fact that the unbent knee must be broken.
His curse upon you. Suvatasa Zuharuha.
So, Devstream 168 has just ended, and as usual, we got some stuff to talk about. More than usual, in fact. This time around, the Devstream was a huge Duviri deep dive. So, more information about Duviri than we've ever had in a single Devstream. So, make sure and watch this video until the end. Now, first up, this is Hildryn Prime. Death by Snoo, but with a gold trim and a huge feckin' horny helmet. Now, we know she comes with Shade Prime and the Burst Laser Prime and her signature Larkspur Prime weapon, as well as her Surator Prime Sayandana and Sentinel Prime armor to go with Shade Prime. Now, the colour setup of gold and dark green on Hildryn Prime looks really nice. Maybe it's just that kind of Irish tint to it. Shade is one of the oldest Sentinels in the game, so it is nice for it to finally get a Prime variant, but it'll be very interesting to see what kind of usage the player base gets out of it. Hildryn Prime is dropping on the 15th of March, so 2 weeks out from getting your hands on one of the biggest, bulkiest Primes yet. Next up is Duviri and what it has to offer. One of the largest and most unique updates Warframe has ever attempted. Now, what they showed off on today's stream was based around what you will be doing once you have finished a quest, what that gameplay of Duviri loop actually is. But first, to confirm, Duviri is coming in April, so we're 1 month away from the Duviri release as well. And apparently, it is also going to be the new optional beginning for new players. So when you choose to start Warframe for the first time, you can then choose to start the normal way with Vor's Prize, or you can start with the Duviri Paradox. Eventually, both paths will meet somewhere in the middle, but it is going to be a new beginner option if someone wanted to jump in right away and play with friends, or they wanted to start normally, like I said, with Vor's Prize. So they started the showcase with Rebecca and Megan being on the Zariman, and they went through the door that has never been opened before until now, into Teshin's Cave, which is a kind of player hub. Now, Duviri has no town hub, but this cave apparently is a bit of a player hub for you and friends once you finish the quest. Now, I normally break down these Devstream videos and explain it all myself, but I have hurt my back in a very bad way, and sitting here is bloody agony. So I'm changing the format just for this one Devstream video, and this is such a huge reveal that I wouldn't do it justice myself, so I'm just going to let them explain Duviri from here, but I will chop out unnecessary bits, so today's video will be a little bit longer than usual. I do apologise.
Go on in.
Let's see what happens next.
So that is Akrithis. She is a character that will be very important to your progress in Duviri. She's quite the curious soul, and the Duviri Paradox is going to be something you can access through your Norma Zone, or you can just do it through the star chart. We're just doing it the flavor way because, you know, doors are important to go through.
Doors are very
We're doing something here that no other game does. You turn to the right.
Oh yeah? The mirror?
A mirror!
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow, look at us! Wow.
Real-time
Wow. Mirrors, very exciting. That is actually the biggest tech advancement in Duviri Paradox is mirrors.
It was a hurdle.
But Akrithis will be a character you'll interact with a lot, and she will be giving you a lot of information about Duviri for the lore hounds and you know, some items as well. But we won't go too much into that today. Why don't we actually just go into Duviri?
I think we should.
Can't wait.
Welcome to the Duviri Paradox. This is a open world that lives in its own part of Warframe, but of course it will connect. And what you'll find is you are playing through the moods of Dominus Thrax. He is this sort of king, emperor, overlord figure for Duviri. And every 2 hours his mood changes. Not
in a joy spiral right now.
Yeah, right now he's in a
Feeling
joy spiral. So we're going to play through the Duviri experience. And when Duviri launches, of course, you'll be playing the quest. And then once you're done the quest, you'll get to this screen. And there's 3 ways to play Duviri. One is the circuit, which is endless Warframe only mode. This is a mode that will take you through different, you know, it'll make sense once we're done doing the normal playthrough. But this is for people that just really want to play the Warframe mode, get some rewards that connect to the bigger picture of Warframe, which we'll talk more about after. But that's all going to be done in the circuit. Then there's the lone story. This is for people that maybe don't want to do things like fishing or our version of conservation, which you'll see. But this is for people that just want to go through the joy spiral to get their, you know, daily reward. They won't be matchmake. This is really for matchmaking. It's for people that don't want to matchmake with someone that's going to go off and, you know, smell the roses, so to speak, do side activities, maybe play a game of Comey. Those types of things wouldn't spawn here. This is for people that are solely in that, you know, get her done state of mind. And then of course the Duviri experience, which is how we intend the day to perhaps unfold, where someone can be match-made and experience all Duviri has to offer. You can play side activities, you can explore the open world, and you can spend your time being distracted, really, and getting yourself geared up for perhaps the boss fight at the end.
Yeah, so we call it an open world, but it is quite different to our other open worlds.
Yes.
For starters, the structures of those are generally more like you go in and just can do random stuff in here. This is a little more guided. There's like a story that you go in that gets generated every time you go and play it. It changes with the moods. It changes. Honestly, we were like, for us, it's almost a surprise. We were surprised literally half an hour before the stream, like, oh, look at that. That's what we're going to have for the demo.
Yeah,
Because we didn't know.
Yeah, so we're just going to jump on in and take a look at the Duviri experience. And I want to make sure that players understand the mood timers is for flavor and diversity. We're not locking you out of something that you can only do in anger for like a daily reward. This is flavor, emotion, mood, the world. So we're going to hop into Joy.
And before we do, speaking of the moods, Eric, I know the sound is actually different for each of the moods as well.
Absolutely. The sound team's done an incredible job in capturing the different emotions and the soundscapes as you enter. We've got different music for different moods, different audio ambience for different moods, so everything really feels different every time you go into another mood. So yeah, we're really excited about it.
Yeah, and each, you'll meet characters. Today we're going to do just us narrating, but you will meet characters that hopefully you'll fall in love with as well. So I know I have. So let's hop into the Duviri experience and I'll walk you through the gameplay that we're about to do together, Megan. So this open world doesn't have a town. This open world has a sanctuary starting point, which is where you determine how you're going to play the Duviri Paradox, that game. This is very different, Tenno. This is unlike any other open world, truly, but it is like a fresh wrap on Warframe that you know and love. Our drifter is safe here in this cave of Duviri. And as we walk through, we're going to be presented with our sort of roguelite loadout options for our daily mood. So we're going to play the Joy Spiral, and Megan and I are going to have to decide our loadouts. So Megan, as you can see, has 5 Warframes to choose from. One of them is Hildryn Prime, which we did not plan. So Megan has all her mods if she wants them.
Yeah, it's
I just not gonna say anything.
Don't say it anymore.
it's important to know that my current character, I'm maxed out in what I'm about to show you. We have Teshin, of course. Teshin's cave is a pivotal person in the story. And then we have our drifter Intrinsics.
Yeah, so we are really inspired by the roguelite ideas, and for us in Warframe, we thought we could take what we know about intrinsics, but actually turn them into persistent progression in the Duviri context. So Megan has 5 Warframes to pick from, but if you're just starting out in Duviri, you'll have 3 to pick from. And then as you're progressing, you can widen and expand what the Void will give you to choose from by using Drifter Intrinsics. So this is a way to persistently progress in all things Duviri, give yourself more survivability, give yourself more riding tools, give yourself more combat basis, and the biggest one really is opportunity. So if you go back over to this one, this is where the roguelite angle comes live. And of course, this is where we'll talk a little bit about, combat and stuff once we go out there.
Decrease and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the main idea was to how could we keep the experience fresh every time, and we were leaning really a lot on those roguelite elements. You guys saw in the demo for TennoCon, we showed the decrease there, different upgrades that you could select. So this over here, the intrinsics are like the meta progression that you can do across runs, and the decrease are the progression you can do within one run.
Yeah, so Megan, if you want to go out and take a look at, one of the biggest intrinsic schools is, of course, riding. So let's take a look at your loyal cave. This is something that allows the drifter to move on Duviri very quickly, traverse. There's a couple tricks up the cave's sleeve. So let's take a look at
Do a little classic customization. So that is my horse for right now.
Yeah, so I want you guys to picture Duviri as every time you start, you're going to be in this sanctuary with Teshin, and you're going to be planning your loadout for your adventure that awaits you. So every time a new spiral rolls in, you'll be able to pick new gear. So we're in the joy spiral, so we'll be picking from this gear for that joy spiral. You know, you can customize your drifter, because this is the Duviri Paradox. The drifter is here, and they're playing things out perhaps with, you know, as the quest will resolve with help from the other elements. The drifter is able to do something that players have requested for a long time, which is drifter melee. And they're going to be able to pick from a variety of stances. These stances will be ways, you'll unlock these with progression. So you'll start off with the sun and moon that you get from the quest, and then you'll be able to earn the rest of your melee stances. So Megan's going to go with a two.
I'm a big hammer kind of
Big
gal.
hammer. Yeah. Why don't we hover over that mysterious figure on the right there? I'd be curious what it says.
individual?
An ally from an unknown time and place. Duviri is quite strange. I don't know. Maybe we should let the players.
You know, we'll let them stew on that one a little bit. This is like you said. Every time, like this round is these warframes, and then it kind of resets, and as well. As you can tell, some of these are my very specific warframes.
Yes.
But if I do not own a warframe, it will also let me borrow that warframe for this session if I want to try it out.
Yeah, so we are going to, because we're going to say that Duviri is essentially transient. The drifter, the void, the loop, the spiral, all of these things mean that the choices you make affect that gameplay session only. It's a run you're doing. So you don't need to, if you don't own something, we will offer you loaners, we'll offer you loaner mods. But if you have gear, and say I have my Hildryn Prime, for instance, you know, I have several Umbra Former in her, I get that version of her. So that will be what I choose. Megan, you're going to pick Hildryn. I can't imagine you wouldn't.
I have to pick Hildryn.
And then your weapons appear, and then you can pick the next part of your loadout.
And because I am max ranked, my Drifter Intrinsic, I have more options for my weapons. You unlock them as you continue through your Drifter Intrinsic. You get more options of the Warframes as well, and work your way up from there. I'm just going to see what speaks to me.
Yeah.
Load up.
And now before we go out, I want to explain the decree system. And this is sort of the core pillar of this open world expansion, and the fact, like I said, that you're doing a run. So because Megan and I are max rank characters, we start in Teshin's cave with a decree to choose. And this is when we're going to start building our run loadout. So Megan, if you hit Q, let's take a look at some of your options. So Megan gets to pick her first decree, which is going to be her first choice for her build. And as we play and do the daily adventure, we're going to get more of these. So by the end, we could have up to 10, 15, just crazy upgrades that only exist for that session. So for instance, taking damage, regenerate 15 energy per second, deal 30% damage to enemies affected by freeze status, gain 15% damage for every enemy affected by a status. I would just go Fearsome Bonanza while you can.
Why not?
Today's adventure that we're playing is the Harbinger of Joy.
Ask the Mexican guy first.
That's all right, I don't know. So we are out in the open world of Duviri. We are in the Joy Spiral, which, you know, for the art team, for the sound team, you needed to make it a happy place.
Yes, the knock is quite high.
Yes.
Yeah, if you guys remember from the Tenocon demo, that one, like at the end, the sky goes red and there's meteors coming from. So that's anger.
Yeah,
and you
no
can put that
angry
in
face
contrast.
in the sky here. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is...
If you contrast that with Joy, basically every one of the moods has different soundscape, different visuals, enemies change abilities. There's
So here we are going through the beautiful world that the team has created. Carrie, we had to do open world islands.
Yeah.
what we're gonna look through now is basically one of the stories. Normally, if you're playing like the full experience, you could also be walking around and then you see something to the side that attracts your eye, and then you can go and do it if you want to. So it does have that vibe. But one of the things we really wanted to kind of address from other open worlds that we've done is generally on those, often you get like objectives that are really spread apart. So you're like, you have to go 600 meters that way, and it's just kind of a bore to just have to travel a ton. So in this, when it generates the dynamic stories every day, it localizes kind of your little track so that you have a story that's close by and you can just kind of go from one thing to the other and finding things along the way. And every day we put you on different spots of the islands. The islands are really big.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't want you to go through the same place every time. So different moments you go to different places.
So Megan and I just finished our first objective. We get to pick our decree, so we can continue making our build for the day. Melee kills, there you go.
Killer's confidence. That's me, baby.
Yep. Our next step is combat, so let's fight some of Thrax's chosen. Now, of course, the horse does have an ability.
That is part of the intrinsics for the horse. Basically, you get like a nice little tool to engage. And then the combat for this, at least for like the drifter part, and again, is more of it's a different combat. We didn't want to just like repeat the same things that you do with a Warframe. You'll see Warframe combat in a moment, but for the drifter himself, it's more of a melee focused thing. You know, it's smaller tighter groups. It's about getting those parries correctly. Ooh, kneecapping that poor guy. I don't know what he did to you.
Sucks to be that tall, you know?
Yeah. You know, there's still quite a bit to, you know, I don't think we've shown this enemy before.
No, we haven't.
Oh, yeah. The heavy guy. Ooh, he's heavy, but he's mobile, you know? He has,
Meg got him.
Perished.
All right.
Once you kill them, you get access to the chest.
So we're done this stage. So we get to pick another decree. We're getting our builds going.
Ooh.
What will you pick?
There's too many.
Oh, status effects triple damage. Let's go.
Is that the one you got?
No, I had a different one. I had the crit one, Vicious Barb. So let's see what you can do, Meg.
All right, not my first rodeo. Let's see how it goes. Maw fishing. What could that possibly...
Maw fishing.
It's a bit of a different take on fishing.
It's a different take on fishing.
You speared fish. How do you feel about mowing fish?
Yeah. What if you could eat the fish?
Consume the fish.
So this is actually a perfect example of, you know, a side activity. If you really just want to do the story that Megan and I have been doing so far, this type of stuff wouldn't turn on. So you wouldn't be able to come do this. For instance, you know, I would love to fish with Pablo, but maybe I'm in a rush that day and I don't want to matchmake with people that don't want to fish. So we have...
Yeah, basically, we went a little crazy. It's
Yeah.
all new. Like, it really,
But it
there's
all
no
connects.
mining.
There's no mining.
There's no mining.
And there's no bounties in the truest sense. It's stories that take you through the world. So this is a better view of the open world, Carrie.
Yeah, it's a great view.
Yeah. Megan is flying around.
Yeah.
And we're gonna find our way to our next, perhaps a different place in Duviri. All right, so Dominus Thrax as a character only has so much control over Duviri, and we're about to go to a place where your power can be helped from the other side. So welcome to the Undercroft. Let's go in, Meg.
My drifter's so fast. I'm sprinting.
The decrees apply both to the Warframe and the Drifter. Some of them are not as effective on the Drifter. For example, earlier we got one for shields. The Drifter doesn't have shields. But, you know, the Drifter gets other benefits just from getting a boon. But boons really start going, the decrees really start going a little nutty once you get to the Warframe.
Yeah, and this right now we're in the space between space. We're about to enter something we call the Undercroft, which is where you'll recognize a lot of what we're about to do. Let's go. So these are Warframe combat arenas. These are spaces where you have to do objectives in the Undercroft to keep Duviri essentially safe from Thrax's control.
Yeah, this is the more traditional flavor of Warframe, if you will. It's essentially the game modes that you know. In this case, we're playing 5-minute survival in this new tileset, and you're basically going in and out from the open world in Duviri into this, all your boon supply, and then out. And earlier when you were talking about the circuit is essentially a sequence of these ones. So instead of playing survival, it'll be 5 minutes of survival, and once that's done, you'll go into like defense.
5 ways of
and
defense.
Then you'll go into a void flood, and it will kind of cycle through those, and you'll keep on getting decrease, and you'll keep on getting nuttier and nuttier.
Yes. And then once you're back out, you'll get another boon, and we'll make our way to the finale of the day so that we can finish our joy spiral, finish the spiral, and then be sort of on our way for all things.
Now, as far as my overall thoughts on what they showed off tonight of Duviri, I think that the world, the visuals themselves of Duviri look absolutely beautiful. The skybox was bloody awesome. The gameplay loop looks very interesting, and the 3 options at the start of Duviri that you get to choose are going to cater to a lot of different players in the community, depending on what that player is doing that day or what they want from that run. Solo, story, or circuit, I think, which I think they said is an endless styled mission, which a Warframe of that. But giving frames to new players to let them test that frame out will also be a good incentive to make that new player stick around longer, maybe. And the Duviri roguelite runs seem to add a next level of power fantasy with those 10 decrees or boons that allow you to get to crazy levels of power. But also this level of power is only going to be available for that run on Duviri, and the world resets or changes every 2 hours. So it's not something that we're going to be able to bring back into the base game with. So it's going to be these short bursts of really powerful fun. So I kind of like the sound of that as well. Also, them giving you an option of 5 different Warframes to begin your Duviri run with, and allowing you to do the same with weapons is really nice, but probably nicer for new players. If you own any of the Warframes that's on offer for you during that run, then you keep the builds that you already had on those Warframes, complete with Forma and all of that. If you don't own them, then I think you just get the base frames and you have to customize them yourself. So they're giving you the loan of Warframes, and they're giving you the loan, I think Rebecca said, of mods as well if you don't own them. Also, Stalker was there as a playable Warframe in Duviri. That's something we've been asking for such a long time. We even had a Stalker mode that was shown off years ago, which never came to anything. So according to Rebecca, Stalker might be a parallel universe Stalker, but only time will tell. Someone also brought up in my last video a very good point that Rel could be Dominus Thrax. I know it's a kind of tinfoil hat theory, but Rel had problems with emotions which his mother was helping him with, and Thrax controls the world based on 5 emotions. So what if he is the alternate Rel? It is interesting. It could be true. It might not be. Probably isn't, but I'm throwing it out there anyway. Although the 10 melee weapons that you got to see during that playthrough will be available for your Warframes, I think I read on the PC Gamer article. Now, the Undercroft is an underground arena beneath Duviri where you can run your typical Warframe styled missions in order to keep Duviri safe from Dominus Thrax. So these missions cycle between 5-minute survival to then rotate into a 5-minute defense or 5 minutes of something else. You get the idea. It's going to keep changing, so it's not just an endless survival mission until you decide to leave. Duviri has no mining, it has conservation, it also has a different type of mini fishing game where you take control of a ravenous maw. The Incarnon weapon system is being expanded on. Some of our old weapons with Duviri can be transformed with the help of Incarnon adapters. Weapons like the Brattons, the Latos, the Scanas and the Stug and so on can be evolved, complete with Incarnon skill trees, and then how they perform will completely change. This is Baruch Deluxe, the Doun skin, did I say that right? Which looks absolutely insane, and it comes with a sparring melee skin as well. This is Wisp Deluxe, which has a huge asset. Deluxe Syandana Fullman skin, it's got the moat skins as well. They also spoke about 10 years on Warframe, which happens on March the 25th, so expect more information on what's coming with that later on this month. Now, August the 26th of this year, TennoCon is going to be back in person, so it's an in-person event in London, Ontario in Canada. It will also be streamed on Twitch and I guess YouTube as well, but for anyone who wants to go and hang out in person with other Tenno and possibly meet the devs and all of that, then August the 26th of this year is the day to mark on your calendar. So that's pretty much Devstream 168. Let me know in the comment section below what you liked the look of or what you didn't like the look of. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and as always, thanks for watching.